All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Forex Market Preview. My name is Jason Stapleton, and those of you who follow me know who that already, and those of you who don't follow me, welcome. We're going to do this kind of down and dirty this week, mainly because I am absolutely, completely out of time. My wife left me this weekend. Not left me like she moved out, but left me like she went down to do a garage sale with her sisters. Left me alone with all four of my children that ranged from 6 all the way down to 2. Now, for a normal man, this might be more than they can bear, but for myself, I managed quite well. What I didn't do is I didn't get the studio reset up downstairs in my studio here at the house in order to do a full-on video for you. So I missed a step there, but never fear. We're going to go ahead and run through the markets the old way, old school, looking at the charts, which sometimes can be a little bit better because you don't get distracted by, the switching of the cameras and all of that type of stuff. So we are working. First thing is for you syndicate members who are looking for your t-shirts. Your t-shirts were going to go in the mail this week. Then Tina had to go to a funeral, so she should be back next week, and t-shirts are going to be shipped out this week. The rest of you, if you live in the United States, I'm going to try and give you guys the opportunity to buy a t-shirt and have it shipped to you. We're still trying to work out overseas shipping because it gets terribly, terribly expensive to ship overseas anything. But we're working on that. So if you want a syndicate t-shirt and you were not part of the free group that about 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago I gave a t-shirt away to, then stand by because we'll be getting to you on that. Now, over the course of this week, did very, very well this week. I personally extracted right around 200 pips out of the market. I finished off Thursday. I was out Friday because my wife was gone, so I wasn't in the syndicate trading on Friday, but I did take a small trade. I bought the euro really perfectly on Friday and made a little bit of money and then exited out and ended up the week about plus 200 pips. And those were all, minus Friday, those were all trades I posted inside the syndicate for you guys to see. For those syndicate members to see. But what I want to talk about today is what I think the euro is going to do next. First of all, I have no crystal ball here. Now, I did last week. I did very well. I kind of got a beat on this right now, I think, and we'll see if it plays out over the course of the next couple of weeks or not. But right now, I've tried a couple of times to buy up the euro. The euro, I think we had this smashing downward month, or downward day I was telling syndicate members about, and then we had the confirmation day lower. At this point, when we came into this, I think this was Monday. We came into Monday. I said I have orders. I'm currently short, but I have orders to sell at any rally. I've got them at the 2.3, at the 382. I got them at the 50%. I got it at the 618, all the way up to the 618 retracement. I have orders to sell. So if I get any type of rally out of this market, I'm going to be just trying to load the boat up here. Well, it turns out we didn't get any sort of rally here. The market just stalled, and my short position, we rolled back down into previous structure, and I ended up coming off of my initial targets there and pulled some profit out of the market. I then turned around and tried to go back north again. I tried to buy out for basically break even plus 10 pips or something like that. Then the market took another dive down and came all the way back up, and I said, okay, this is my moment, and I bought again expecting the market to rally. We didn't get much of a rally out of it, and then the market kind of stalled out. I sold out again for plus 10 pips, basically no profit at all, and then or plus 5 pips I think on this, plus 5 pips, and the market reversed again. So I still think this is a buy. This market is exhausted. If I bring up the RSI, I tell you all that not to relive the trading from last week, because I know the majority of you don't care, but I do that because I think this market has more downward move to go. I think that this looks a lot like the 2008 setup, as I told syndicate members this week. I think that a break below down here that we're probably going to see 34.75s, but we're oversold here coming down. Sitting right at 20. We were oversold as the market pressed down lower into these lows around 36.42s. I would expect some kind of a rally, probably up into 37.90s, 3800s. At 3800s, there's going to be another selling opportunity to look for the next leg down. I don't know if that's going to come right now, but I know that I've got a really good setup here. Let me drop down to the hourly chart and kind of show you. So on the hourly chart, we've got this resistance level that's formed up here. Okay? Right there. And we've got the lows all the way down here. And the market is kind of trading here inside. We had the spike down, and then the market shot right back up again. Then we traded sideways. Now we're trading back down in, as you can see, the lower part of the range here and here. And there's a chance that this market may dip just a little bit lower before it rallies. What would be great is if this thing would come down to about 3670s, and I could buy those up at 3670s and then look for a rally. I think that these highs around 3730s are going to get blown out. I think we're going to go higher. And then we've got, you can kind of look at, here was the initial sidestep after the downward move, then the market shot down, then we traded sideways again, then the market shot down again, then we rallied back up into that resistance level, and now we're trading basically inside of this little channel. I would expect that to get violated for us to come up and see 3665s. And then, like I said before, 3800s I think is highly likely if we get a rally, if this thing will rally. It may not. One of the things that people don't understand is that a market is never too low to short. It's never too high to buy. There are certain time periods when we look technically and we say, nah, technically this doesn't make sense to be buying right now. And that's where I'm at right now. I think technically it's not the right time to short. But I think that it is going to be the right time to short. We get up around 3800s level because this market is definitely bearish now, in my opinion. It looks, like I said, it looks a lot like 2008. And so we're going to have to see if that ends up playing out or not. It could be totally off here. But what I'm going to be looking for into next week is I'm going to be looking for this market to come down into somewhere around 3670s. I would love to see that. I'll have my limit orders resting around 3670s as we run into the London session, with expectation that maybe we'll get a dive down here, a dip down in as London opens, or and then we'll see some buying action come in towards these lows. And so I'm going to try and grab this thing. Oh, like I said, I'll take another look at it, but around 3670s. I'll see how Japan, how Asia's playing out before I hit the rack tonight. But plan to look for buying these up around 3670s for a move back up to 3800s or so. And you can start clearing profits off if you're just on a day trade. You can take profits off at 3670s back here at the highs around 3720s for a great profit, and then look to short if we get all the way up into 3800s, which is another way to play it. So this is just I think we're setting up for what could be another major down move. We'll just have to see if we get there or not. Let's roll out again. Let's go to the pound. Pound is really cool. I think we talked. I'll go out to a weekly chart. Market put in a beautiful finishing move candle here. Coming back down, spiking up, then closing lower than the previous open. We're back down into that previous structure support level. I don't know where this thing's going to go. If I go back out to the daily chart, we take a look at it there. Had a very, very nice retracement. Market's now back sitting at the resistance level. So we're going to be looking for this. What I really want to see is this market is continue to show a little downside movement. So let's go to the hourly. So we've come off. What I really want to see is markets violate these 3683s level. If we can violate that and we can get under that, that'll confirm most likely a downward move for the rest of the week. So I'll be watching that as well. Back out on the daily chart. Let's look at Canada. I'm not going to spend much more time here. I'm just going to try to figure out. Yeah, I still think this is. I talked about this with syndicate members and said I think that the Japanese yen's a pretty good buy right here. I'm still leaning that way. We got one more shot here. You can see how market's sitting at previous structure here to the left, and we've got structure. If we close down here, if we close down below, we're going to need to close below 176s for an absolute confirmation. But I'm telling you guys, if we actually just close below these most recent lows at around 101.32s, I'm going to shift. My sentiment will shift on this thing. Right now, looking at this, and you notice we're not doing any advanced pattern work today. Just simple pattern stuff that anybody can do. Right now, we're kind of in this little wedge here, depending on how you want to draw this. You want to draw it up here or whatever. But we're kind of in this little wedging out, and you could actually refer to this as a pendant formation with the long upward move followed by the consolidation. But this thing is going to break out, and it's going to break out, hard in one direction or the other. Statistically, this will break out to the upside, but this thing is showing a lot of downward pressure, and that actually goes against all the buying that the Japanese are doing. So, I just be cautious, because the Japanese have said they are going to hold their currency up, that they're going to do whatever they got to do to deflate their currency. So I would be surprised here if we do get a breakout to the downside, if that's very long-lived, just because of what the bank has not only said they're going to do, but what they've already done. So that's going to do it for this week. Just a couple of simple pairs for you guys to look at, a little bit of in-depth analysis on the Euro USD and kind of what I think is going to happen there. But we'll be back in the Syndicate Monday morning for War Room at 7:30 Central Time. So I'll see a bunch of you guys there. If not, I'll see you next week for the next edition of the Forex Market Preview. Talk to you guys soon.